Hello everyone, it's Naga here, and we're going to play some Deep Rock today. I'm going to show off a few new things since the last tips and tricks videos that they've added, such as this thing, where you can do a certain amount of a certain thing to get perk points, which you can then spend in a perk menu to increase your dwarvenness. So there's things like moving faster on zipline, taking stuff out of the nitro resupply pod faster, or just faster movement. And by the way, 8% at max is nothing. But, you know, you can just passively make your characters better. I'm also going to be doing this as a playthrough of mission types most suited to each character, as I plan to show them off. So, everything's maxed, as you can tell. And since I was the driller, let's start with the driller. Probably strong back. So, yeah, and when you buy the perks, you have to equip them here in these slots for them to be effective. That's one thing. Oh yes, mineral trading has been added. So you can buy a certain amount of whatever you want for a certain cost, as long as you have the credits. You can also sell excess for credits. That's probably going to mostly benefit like newer players who don't have that much yet. Yeah, but barrels are great. Anyway, so I've got the driller. So he is, if you max out his armor, he is most useful for ignoring fire damage. So the magma core area is really good to have a driller in, because the walls are tough and annoying. There's lots of fire, and he can just laugh off any fire damage, but not explosive damage. Do not make my mistake. My very, very costly mistake. His main mission type that he's suited for are egg hunts. Boop. That's me pressing the wrong button. So in the case of the driller, so we're going to play this mission from start to finish. I'll try not to go for like every single deposit that I can possibly see, because that's a thing I do. And I'll pepper that with small tips and tricks if I can see an opportunity for one. As the driller himself, you know, as far as the class goes, he's not very complicated. He doesn't have good offensive abilities, but he has weak trash dispensing flamethrower that can harass some enemies. Pistol's very weak, but sort of accurate. He's got his drill arms. He's got a big fuck off explosive, and he's very straightforward. So, the scout could just go up there with a flick of a wrist. The gunner would have to deploy one of his limited zip lines, and the engineer would have to put one, maybe two platforms there if they're not that good. The drill can just say fuck that shit and do that twice, and there you go. You can go up. You could have used, obviously, the pickaxe, but if speed is a factor, I mean, then you just do that. And, you know, if the scout wasn't the one to come up, or the driller wasn't the one to come up, and someone had to waste a limited deployable, they might be pissed off at the fact that there's literally nothing there. So, just exploring the initial chamber, gonna get me some of that. I don't know why I pick up gold, legitimately, because gold is straight up credits. I have maximum levels, and I have enough credits to not worry about anything. That's interesting. Why? I win, now. As usual, you will want to send Bosco ahead to dig for deposits before you get to them, or if they're like that, where they're awkward. Like, I could go up now and I could finish the rest, so actually let's do that. No immediately accessible pathway, but I did start digging here, so let's just finish this. You don't need to really hold it. It doesn't take that long, because it's a really, really useful tool to get you where you need to go. More accurate than the damn pickaxe, let me tell you. So, I can't be arsed. Okay, so, you know, you found the way forward. There's a patch in the pipeline that I think changes this scanner, and the UI apparently is getting an overhaul, so I should mention that in the experimental branch right now, which means that by the time the video's out, it'll probably be out on the live branch. There's some overhaul coming that will update the UI and change the scanner a little bit. There's probably more being done, but I haven't been told what. Hello. You always want to kill blood bugs because, if nothing else, the small amount of nitro they give you might just be the thing that saves your ass on a mission. I'm playing solo because then I don't have to wait for friends and we don't have to talk over each other, and it's just easier. I can just load up and go. And that sort of convenience is important to me. If you don't feel confident fighting Praetorians after their barf buff, where they can spit acid at you, you just lob a grenade. They'll either turn around and fright or freeze for like 3 seconds, so you can get easy shots in on their weak points, which is their mouth and their butts. So, hello. That's basically the that's basically the driller, is puff and laugh. Molly's AI is terrible now. After a few patches, she's not very responsive. You have to kind of look at her to get her to move. Sometimes she'll, like if I had put down that beacon and kept looking that way, she would have taken up to like 7 seconds to realize that she should move, which I hope is a thing that gets fixed soon. Apparently it was introduced when people were semi-rightfully complaining that Molly used to go through the smallest crevasses to go up walls in a way that you couldn't. Like, even if you were a scout, you had to have a fun time getting through a needle-sized gap. And it's just not been that good. Anyway, these, you know, there's an egg here. We probably all know that. But look at the driller. You could just go in balls deep and say, there it is. I still missed it, but it took literally about 1/5 of the time it would have taken for any other class, if not, you know, 1/10 of the time. So I saved about a minute, basically. Right, but oh, yeah, the driller is not suited for these things. I can, it's just really annoying. Because what you have to do with the sheer drop like this is, let's demonstrate. My only video so far was an engineer video. There's 2 things you can do. Only one of them is realistically doable, is you start digging down sort of on the edge of the wall so you see what you're doing. And you just make your own little tunnel downwards. Tunnel stairway. Splort. So we know that we're going to come out here at some point because of one of those. Unless we're meant to come this way, which we'll find out. But what I'm saying is that you still need to go back up here because there's a more like obvious path up here that you should explore first. Don't need all that gold. He says running for a gold. Peace. Yeah, I like the way the updates are growing. There's been some extra stuff added, like for the magma zone, some enemies and explosions will cause a weird brimstone-y ground thing to form that it does low fire damage while you're standing on it, except of course if you're the driller. That's kind of nice. I absolutely hate the pointless slowing green thing in the boggy area. That's just annoying. Some of the fixed, like these spider webs, if I now go into them, they're going to slow me down with a really annoying graphical distortion effect. And my opinion is you should pick one and not both because it's a bit annoying. But I think the thing that annoys me most in terms of movement, there was some, I can't, my brain stopped. There's some nice stuff, like in these sandblasted corridors. You get nice little sand corridors that will furiously blast you away from their origination point. Origination? I don't think that's a word. So it's a bit of fun when you run into one of those and you're blasted halfway across the massive open cavern and you think, what happened? I'm actually... There was something that I was very movement impacting and I didn't enjoy. Can't remember what it was, though. And jumping, because I'm just passing time. Oh. I want to see what's up there. Probably nothing, but... Oh. Nitro is the one thing that I will always stop to get, because even though this is just Hazard 2, there might be times when you're a little bit unlucky and you get, you know, ambushed or let your guard down. I have had freak waves with 3 Praetorians at once, while there were 2 grabbers in the air, which apparently a dev said should never happen. Like, you're never supposed to, in solo, have 2 grabbers at the same time, because they can just carry you away before Bosco reacts and drop you in funky places. Like, this is an interesting case of You're meant to come this way because there's nowhere else to go, but the terrain is a bit, well, frankly speaking, shit, so you have to dig down, and you have to make your own path. What the... Oh. I don't like those. And, you know, you have an easy little stairway for yourself at any point. What the... Oh, right. That's why. What? Wait. What? Why were these already dug out? What? Hello? Right, I apologize. Wait a minute. Okay, I got a little bit spatially lost. I remember that was there. That's the gap. Well, that's just annoying. So I guess we do go down this way then. I'm probably skipping a section that I didn't see, but I have, like, time to keep in mind with, like, the recordings and everything. I don't want this to last too long because I don't want to cut out a whole bunch of stuff and look like I'm editing for edit's sake. There are a few people who do that who can make it funny. Like, Brutal Moose does really nice random edits for no reason at all videos, but I don't think I'm as skilled as that. I don't have the same style, sense of humor. Anyway, we're just progressing with the mission. There isn't actually a whole lot happening. There isn't a whole lot to do. Pretty boring, pretty standard. Hello. Yeah. We haven't found a whole bunch of eggs yet, which is slightly annoying. Boop. Again, this would have taken literally like a minute. If I had done the exact same thing with the pickaxe, because I can't be sure where the eggs are unless I turn every bit of light off. But then Molly comes in and illuminates everything, and then Bosco comes in and illuminates everything. Hello. It's not so easy. I just go gung-ho, because that saves time. Nothing on the roof, leave me alone. So, yeah, you don't need to spray a lot, you don't need to spray for long. You just need to sort of annoy enemies by lighting them up, and they'll take damage over time. And then if you can keep away, then you're basically winning. I mean, you know, they got that puff, I'm just gonna stay back, and they're dead. I know it's difficulty 2, and I'm basically max upgraded, but I don't even notice these things most of the time, I just mind my own business. There are exceptions, which I'll show you. One of the new enemy types, it requires your attention, really, if you're solo. So the bread and butter of the driller, as far as offensive abilities go, is the flamethrower, or don't know what that was. Flamethrower over shorter distance is quite effective in most situations. That's going to be awkward. If I turn my light off, that's the noise that I was not happy to hear. Oh. That's the new enemy type that will grab you and carry you away, much like the Left 4 Dead from Smoker. That's the Praetorian's new attack. He just vomits that everywhere. It's nasty. Highly damaging. If your group gets caught in it from behind and you don't know where you're taking that damage from, you are gonna melt. That's one. Oh. See, I didn't even stop for that exploding one, because what's the point? I think there is... Wow, what the hell is that? Oh, okay. Oh, that's really confusing. Okay. I was gonna say, there's a character or class that's got armor that nullifies explosive damage at some point. I think that's the gunner, but I'm not like 100% sure. And I know that it's not... Oh, it's not a complete nullification. It's like 50%. But basically, you can eat up those explosive worms for... Worms? I mean bugs for your team and still be able to do your job, because you're not going to be super encapped at this first attack. It's over here. Nitra. Need Nitra for guns. It's been a while since I covered Deep Rock in any measurable capacity, and it's gotten semi-frequent, quite nice updates. Quality of life, content. Like, even if I don't like the new stuff in the fungus bogs that slow you down, for instance, they still do think about the characteristics of each zone, what sort of flavoring or hazards they could add. There's now a new enemy type that's potentially harmless. There's some literally harmless flora fauna that's been added to... Okay. This is getting to be quite a confusing cave system, actually. Have I dug that out? Yes, I have. Okay. I got a relative handle on where I am. You know, the best thing is I legitimately do not get this lost usually. But this is a extremely randomly generated cave. Now, going back to the fact that this is an egg hunt, you can obviously use any other class to perform the egg hunt. If you're more confident with the spraying of a minigun to defend yourself and you're okay to wait while you slowly pickaxe out the ground to proceed, that's perfectly fine. But the driller for this type of mission is the best selection because he takes far less time to get things done. For other stuff, he's good for like peripheral missions where the secondary objectives are collecting things like blow caps or apocablooms or fossils, because I could just, if in this example, if where Bosco was where one was, and I couldn't like reach it, I could just dig into the wall and dig around, peek out of the wall and grab it, and you know, go on my own business. So, of course, the scout can do that just by zipping up and taking a bit of fall damage. But the driller is the second best option, because of course the gunner has to still deploy his zip lines, and the engineer has a limited number of platforms. That if you're climbing in like that, then you have to deploy a whole bunch of them for, you know, one item, and that's not super ideal. And you might be saying to me, well, yeah, but the driller uses fuel for his little drill arms, and you know that's finite. It is, but it sure as a hell lasts a lot longer. I can get a whole lot more mobility out of his maximum fuel than the engineer's platforms. Because relatively speaking, those platforms can be destroyed. The tunnel that I dig is much harder to mess up. And that tunnel might actually like lead out to other areas that I need to see anyway. Like I could extend it in a direction that I didn't think of before if I realized that it would create a shortcut. And again, this can be done with pickaxe, the same way for the engineer. I'm just pointing out where the driller has advantages. He should be in the front lines for co-op to take care of all the rapidly spawning small trash that the other people don't really want to deal with. Hello. See, this exact scenario right here is what should never happen. But I'm super lucky, so it happens, because, yeah. Oh! That was totally to show off what happens when they grab you. I'm a living god, don't worry about it. Ha 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 ha. I have not dug over there. Is that for reals? Okay, well. I have no idea where I am, and it's really annoying me, because I'm just going to end up wasting time if I keep that up. Sometimes it doesn't help if I've been all over the place in a cave like this. I'll just scream in silent frustration, because it all looks the bloody same, but hello. See, that exact thing is harmless. That thing. It's a cave vine. It's gonna make its tentacles come out and say hello, but it won't actually do anything as far as I know, because it hasn't done anything to me yet. So unless the developers knew I was gonna do this and coded it in to murder you, just to spite me, it's still safe. I didn't actually follow the fact that I'm gonna have a swarm coming in a second, but you know, nice timing, and my fuel is now almost full. I can get that egg, and you know, it's high up, so any other class would have to use their... I hate this, goddamn. You'd have to put out zip lines, or you'd have to use the platforms, but a driller can just do that. And not just to get up there, but, you know, you're going to accidentally reveal your thing like that. It turns out that it was a bit lower than I would have suggested. Yep, that's annoying. Another new enemy is the Mectera spawn. They just annoy you by spitting on you, and they're mostly there to deter people from camping on the gunner zip lines. What was that? I saw that. Little fucker. Okay. Let's ignore them and save time by... Wow. Okay, yeah, going and doing things. I'm glad I got a resupply. What actually, for seriously, is happening here? I should have found that egg a long time ago. Fuck it. Unless... You little asshole! There's no way. If you think I'm doing this on purpose, there's no way I can arrange for this kind of stupidity to happen. Yeah, I used up a fair bit digging down there, so let's collect another one. The driller, I would say, is a medium difficulty class, because his only ranged option is this piddly little pistol. And the flamethrower is good for, like, if you have a lot of enemies, and you lay down a carpet of sorry. If you lay down a carpet of fire, then, you know, you're protected from the front. The little brown spawners will kill themselves going in here, except their AI pathfinding will make them walk around and attack you from the flanks. But you can still, like, do that, because you're immune to your own flames, and anything that has to go in melee, you will take damage. So you can be a decoy, just don't do it too actively, because it's not good for your health. Hello. I didn't see you there, buddy. You gonna be an asshole and drop me all the way back down? Yes, you are. And fall damage, that's what we like here at Chill Naga Productions. Yes, we do. You little turnip. Oh no. There's no way for me to stage these. There's no way for me to plan these, and Bosco's being retarded. So he's gonna have to wait till I get down like that. He's gonna have to revive me, and then I'm gonna have to look up and kill the one thing. Like, were I the gunner, who I keep trying to call a soldier for some reason, I could just zipline out with 1 or 2 zip lines, but it's a bit more involved with the driller. And now the fun stuff is that there's an egg there. I can tell Bosco to dig exactly where I point. He's gonna sort of mess around in that area and hope I get lucky, or I have to dig up there, which I don't want. Because, like, even for a driller, that's really fucking annoying. In the meantime, I'll have a scout around. That's the prior zone. I see the egg. I'll have to stand and catch it. Like, when he eventually does free it. I have to catch it in case it wants to roll down into the ravine, which it absolutely will. Gotcha. And that's it. Right. I got slightly confused. I think I dug down there, didn't... Oh, okay, yeah, okay, so this is the way. If I came down here, which I should have done... Are there any spent... Yeah, okay. This is a bit of a train wreck. Like, it's gonna go on longer than I intended. But... Yeah, so these guys aren't harmful at all. They're what you call ugly cute, I guess? Or creepy cute? There was a thing like that. So you just dig through and you keep moving. Hello. Ah, secondary mission material, but I've got the maximum amount, so... I love these spider webs. They are... Oh, there's one thing that the developers can do. If you see my videos, guys... Why is this not a thing? Why is this not a thing? You know, consider that a suggestion. Hello. Show me your butt. Occasionally pressing Control to see where my resupply pods are. Yeah, with flames. What? So, how's your day been? There's not a whole lot to say, I'm just running to the end point. Hello? No, I don't care. Whee! Drop pod is now sharply above me, which... Oh, hello. As long as you damage the grabber in any way before he grabs you, he is gonna scamper away like the coward that he is. Random gold. Boop. Where now? Up there. Oh, hello! I forgot about you. Oh. That was actually helpful. Well, we're going to be here for a while, folks. Asshole. Like, but the drop pod's over there, and that's terribly annoying. But it actually did carry me up the slope that I needed to go up. And Molly's still an asshole, so... As a driller, you're uniquely capable of doing that. You can just say fuck it and go through a wall. Right, thank you for watching. I hope you managed to pick up some useful tips or tricks from this video. Next up, we're going to do my favorite class, the Scout. Well, he's somewhat one of my... all of them are favorites, okay? See you soon.